What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick Theriot, and I got a little end of the year Q&A for you guys. Got a variety of questions on my phone. I'm just gonna go ahead and answer them. You know, one of those little videos. A lot of busy stuff going on right now. So very simple video for you guys, just answering a few common questions I've been getting on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's dive into it. Question number one is, Nick, do you still do audience or creative testing campaigns? If you've been following the YouTube channel, you likely know. Since then, I've actually do not do any of that. I just simply do one CBO campaign per business objective. What is a business objective? A business objective is, let's say we want to advertise in 3 different countries. Well, we'll have one campaign per country because our objective for that business is to grow in these 3 different countries. So that's one example. Another example is, let's say we're a fashion brand and we have a men's collection and a women's collection. I'll have one campaign for the men's collection and one campaign for the women's collection. Let's say we're a supplement brand and like we have a variety of different supplements. I'll try to keep all those together in one campaign. But let's say we do something very different. Like maybe one is like pre-workout and the other one is hair growth for like women. Like that's different enough to where I might like differentiate those two and have like a campaign for each. For the most part, we try to keep one campaign per business objective. Now, as far as testing audiences, I don't use audience testing anymore. I just do broad targeting, which is age, gender, and location. I do auto placements, and I do not do it audience Advantage Plus audiences. Advantage Plus is going to prioritize more middle funnel, bottom funnel. So it gets a high frequency really quick out the gate, which ultimately just makes it burn up over a long period of time. Now, as far as creative testing, I just do one new ad set for every creative concept. Concept for me is 3 unique creatives, and like the concept, it basically means like for example, if it's like an unboxing concept, then I'll have 3 creatives around that unboxing angle. That's it. And one concept per ad set. I'll test 2 to 3 new ad sets per week. A winning concept for me is something that takes majority of spend in that CBO. It drops our overall CPA to where we can spend more in the business because we're more profitable. That's it. So that's what I do. I don't do audience testing campaigns or creative testing campaigns anymore. I have one campaign that I do everything in. The important factor there is it's the CBO right there. All right, next question. What are the tools that I use for marketing, running Facebook ads, all those good things? So basically my tech stack. Essentially what I like to use is Google Docs. Google Docs for like writing all of our copy, script planning, things like that. I'll use Google Sheets where I keep track of like client data and stuff. I like to use Toolwell for all of our Shopify store clients. If you're not on Shopify, then I'll use like Hyros, Wicked Reports. All that is like attribution software and gives me customer analytics and stuff that I can leverage for our clients. Next thing I like to use is frame.io. I have a full creative team, so when they submit creatives to be reviewed, frame.io is an amazing tool for reviewing creatives with clients and team members. Another app I like is Foreplay. I love Foreplay. Like it's mind changing. It just completely changed my life once I started using Foreplay. But it's foreplay.app, and you can actually it's built by a team of like basically all the users make the app better, because everyone who saves ads, you can see everyone's saved ads, and then you can save those to boards and stuff like that. It's an amazing tool for finding winning ads and like new angles and stuff like that you can run with your product. Let's see, Slack for team communication. You know, Adobe Suite is what my editors use. Adobe Suite, Figma, and then also to like I think it's Midjourney as well. Some of my team has been using. I love Incense.pro for like collecting and getting UGC creators and things like that. I would say that's probably like our most commonly used, you know, like I guess tech stack that we leverage. Nick, how do you create winning headlines? So this is more like the hook. So like, you know, the very first thing people see in the creative, that big text, whether it's an image or a video. Best way is, one, call out something they want or call out a problem they have and imply the benefit of it, that problem being solved, or imply the benefits of that desire right there. Sometimes you can add a little bit more specificity. What I mean by that is, you know, homeowners, is your house cool? Or homeowners, do you have a room that's always cold? Versus me saying, you know, Los Angeles homeowners, do you have a room that's always cool? It's a little bit more specific for Los Angeles, and it's likely going to get us more leads for like a Los Angeles homeowner specifically. Nick, what is the 3 most important Facebook ad lessons someone needs to know to succeed? Number 1, stop messing around with ad account structures and stuff like that. Keep it extremely simple. Like our ad account structure is so simple that if people hire us just for media buying, we have an extremely low retention because they see how simple it is and they just replicate it in-house. And that's fine with me. But people that hire us for full production of creatives and stuff like that, that's the clients that we can scale, make a lot of money for, because that's where my next lesson comes in play. Number 2 is that the creatives create 80% of the results. 95% of the time when students come into my Telegram or like my inner circle, or even clients come to us and they're like, Nick, we're stuck. We just go create better Facebook ads for them and they crush all their goals. So 95% of the time, every marketer is just running shit creative. That's why, 1, that's our selling prophecy for our agency. And also 2, that's why students come to my inner circle, because, I give literally everything on YouTube that's in my inner circle. But what's valuable by inner circle is that, me mentoring these students is that they can send their ads to me for me to review their ads and give them feedback on the best way to run that product. And lastly, number 3 is just keep everything simple and focus on the 80% that delivers, or the 20% that delivers 80% of the results. So for me, that's why I focus on creatives. That's why I focus on a great product, the little things that doesn't take much of my time and attention that allows for that large impact on performance. Nick, how do you use ChatGPT to create Facebook ads? This is a great question. So what I'll do is usually I don't use ChatGPT until I write my rough draft. So for example, what I'll do is I'll start doing market research. I don't recommend using ChatGPT for market research because I personally did market research myself. Then I leveraged ChatGPT to do market research for a new product I don't know anything about. And ChatGPT was actually very wrong compared to physical data I got from stuff I've seen from consumers and stuff like that. So I don't recommend ChatGPT for market research, or if you do it, use it more as with a grain of salt. But what I do like it for is I'll go do my market research. I start writing down different hooks that's going to get people's attention. And then that's going to start giving me ideas. If I start writing down a bunch of hooks, Facebook ads 2024, how to win with Facebook ads in 2024, how to run Facebook ads in 2024. Ooh, I love that hook. How to run Facebook ads in 2024. Likely just me saying that, I can start thinking of okay, here's how that video will flow, right? So I'll write down that rough draft, or I'll just tell ChatGPT, hey, can you give me a rough draft of how to run Facebook ads in 2024? I need a script for it. And, here's kind of the idea I have. So I can just communicate that idea to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can give me a rough draft. From there, I'll go do my manual process of, revising that rough draft. And I'll hit that on in a second, because I think that's actually another question that comes up in a second here. Nick, what do you think of Advantage Plus audiences? Look, I'm not a fan of them at all, because every time we've tested them out, their frequency rises really quickly on them. So they start off strong out the gate, and then the frequency rises really quick. So essentially what happens is that they do well out the gate, but then they tank. So they're almost doing a sprint versus a marathon. We want things that do a marathon. That's what makes us the most money, not these short sprints. I haven't done too much research in Advantage Plus audiences from the technical factor of how they work and how they operate. But shout out to Charlie. CT just dropped it on YouTube. He dropped the video on that as well. And he also did a video with Darren Denny as well. Both really great people to follow as well on YouTube outside of me. And he talked about how it's designed from the perspective of a supercharged retargeting campaign, or a supercharged engaged shoppers campaign, where it prioritizes people most likely to convert at a higher rate. So it's going to just push more middle funnel and bottom funnel and force those impressions. So that's why it works really good out the gate, but then it's not good for a long term. So it'll work good for your Black Friday ads, for example, or your Valentine's Day ads, or your sales event ads, or a new product drop ads, but not good for a long term if you want to spend for a long time in that campaign. And that's the same thing we've noticed as well. Are we doing other types of campaigns for sales events? No, we're still just running our regular CBO campaign that we normally do. Nick, do you still do retargeting ads in 2024? No, we do not. We believe that as long as you go broad targeting, age, gender, location, Facebook will target people based off the creative you give it. So if we give a retargeting style creative and we put that in our broad campaign, still just targeting age, gender, location, not targeting a retargeting audience, it will retarget people because it appeals to a retargeting demographic. With that being said, we tested that multiple times, and I've also seen that plausible as well, like true as well, because we always tend to see these retargeting style creatives get a higher frequency out the gate with a really good cost per acquisition, but they do not scale because they're focusing more on that retargeting demographic. Nick, I launched a new DCT test, dynamic creative test. How do I decide what's a winning DCT? So if you launch a new DCT, that means you launched a new ad set and it's 3 creatives, 2 body copies, 2 headlines, most likely. How do you determine if that ad set won or lost? So what I like to do is I like to let it run 3 to 7 days to give it a full test. And what I like to look at is that ad set getting majority of spin. Why? Because I want to see that it's beating all of the other ads in that ad set. That campaign. That shows to me it's a strong winning DCT. That's all I'm looking for. All right. I have some people that are like, well, Nick, if you have 1 ad in your main ad set and your DCT gets 50% of spin, it's technically a winner. But then like, if you have 20 ads in your ad set and have 1 DCT, but it gets like 10% of spin, it's technically a winner. I'm like, why? They're like, because you have more ads in your winning ad set, so it's harder to beat. That's the whole objective of the DCT. I don't care how many ads I have in my main ad set. I still want to beat it with that new DCT. That's it. I'm not playing fair at all. Nick, how do I split test Shopify product pages? This is a great question. So a couple different routes to go, just depending on your budget of how much money you have. The easy way, and the way I used to do when I just didn't really have much money to invest into tools and stuff like that, you just make an adjustment to that Shopify product page. You write it down, the date you did that adjustment on a Google Sheet, let that run for a few days. You review performance, how much profit you're making, is more order volume coming in, things like that. And then if it improved performance, you simply just let that change go. Like, all right, cool, let's make our next change. Performance got worse, you just simply go and reverse that change. Keep it simple, right? The other route to go is go to convert.com, CONVERT.com. Get Convert. I think it's like $300 or $400 a month, but you can split traffic coming from a URL. So you can run it to different other product pages and things like that. That's a more advanced way. That works really good too as well. Seen a lot of good success with that. But again, it's a little bit more expensive. The benefits for that is that you can kind of split traffic and get a clear A/B test. Whereas the other way, you kind of have to like edit, see how it goes, then go back, revert or not like that. One's just a cheaper route. One's a little bit more of an expensive route. Nick, how do you run multiple countries in 2024? Great question. So the problem 90% of marketers have when they start expanding into other countries is that they do not put the store in the native language or the native currency, or the ads in a native currency. Language. Now, oh, well, Nick, there's apps that like change the currency and change the language. Yes, there is. And there's also like Shopify markets, but I find those are terrible. They take too long to actually like do the flip. They have to ask the question. Like it's a lot of unnecessary bullshit customers have to deal with, and it actually hurts the sales process. What I have found, and this is after scaling 3 brands now to 7 figures a month in the e-com space. We did scale 4 brands, but the 4th brand is not an e-com. What I have found that works the best is you run a dedicated Shopify store per country. So like if you want to expand into the USA market and you're currently in the Netherlands, you're going to expand to the USA. You'll have a USA store. So you'll create a whole new Shopify store. You just create a subdomain and you just put like US dot and then whatever that domain is. And then you can do that, or you'll create an expansion store in Shopify Plus. This is more expensive, yes, but you're not supposed to expand to countries until you're already doing about $50,000 to $100,000 a month in one country. Then start focusing on these other countries, right? Take your time. Country expansion is only when you start making good money in one, then you expand to others. So if I'm currently in Dutch, for example, I have a Dutch website, I have European currency, and I have Dutch ads. I'm going to go convert all those ads to English. I'm going to convert the website to English, and I'm going to convert the website to USD. And then I'm going to start advertising in there. I'm going to create a new campaign, 1 campaign per country. It's a lot more work. It's a lot more time. But if you do it correctly, you can do way more with that particular country versus doing it half-ass and not translating things, not translating ads and stuff like that. That's what we've seen work the best, and we can scale significantly faster. And we only do this once we cross that $50,000 to $100,000 a month mark. Then we start expanding to other countries. When do you scale Facebook ads? This is a great question. So I look at every day, like for example, right now it's like 9:16 in the morning on a Thursday. I'll look at yesterday's data, which is Wednesday. If yesterday's KPIs were being hit, the KPI being our NCCPA, or new customer cost per acquisition. If you don't have Triple and you can't see that, then just look at CPA, your cost per acquisition. If that's being hit or better, we're going to increase budget today by 20%. I don't have a certain time I increase budget. Like, for example, if I like go out Friday night and like I wake up Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm still going to go increase budget based off Friday's data. Like, I don't care about the time I do it. I care about the consistency of it. If at least I'm doing it once a day, because I'm building the right habit and the right mentality around it. Now, I'll keep doing that every day as long as the last 24 hours is good, and or a lot like yesterday's data is good. And if I hit a point where like yesterday's data is not good, I'll wait 3 or 4 days until the first day of that yesterday's data being good. Because sometimes like you'll scale, and then you'll hit that wall where Facebook just needs to re-optimize. So we'll let it run for a few days and then we'll start scaling again. Or if it just never goes good again, then I'll just decrease budget by 20%. And I'll find that line of where like we're kind of stuck at, and I'll just maintain budget at that. And I'll just go ahead and find new winning ads that take us to that next level. That's all I'm gonna do. Nick, how do you look at CPC and CPM? Look, quite frankly, CPC, I never look at CPC. It's completely irrelevant. I only look at like CPM, frequency, and CPA. CPM can tell me, first off, I'll look at like CPA. That's my first thing. Are we hitting good CPA? That's good. Next thing I look at is frequency over the last 7 days. Ideally, I want that as close as possible to a 1. If it's high up, that means there's a small amount of people that are appealing to that particular ad right there. And then CPM, I only look at it relevant to the account average. So like if I launch a new ad, it's on $100 CPM, but my account average is $150 CPM, then that ad's good. That means it's reaching a broader audience right there compared to the other ads. And I'll do another video kind of more on this soon. Actually, you should actually have one up called Facebook Ads Do Not Fatigue. That's actually being uploaded tomorrow, Thursday or Friday, December 22nd. And you guys are actually going to see this video like right after Christmas, so it should already be up. How to create ads that do not fatigue. Nick, how do you create Facebook ads that scale and can spend for months? Great question. So number one, you're calling out a mass desire across the marketplace. So like a mass desire is like the desire to lose weight, the desire to make more money, the desire to for hair to regrow, the desire for, to get a girlfriend, the desire to have a kid, desire to get married. Like I'm just calling out these major desires across the market of what people want. And then I tie that into my product. That's it. Too many people make the mistake of, like calling out this water bottle, calling out it's on a discount. It's like that only problem with that is that doesn't appeal to anyone's desires. It's just showing a bottle of water for a discount, and you're going to attract a very small group of people. So calling out a major desire across the marketplace, funneling in and showing people how that desire can be achieved with your product. And then from there, just essentially here's how you can get that product right there. I have a lot of examples of like how to create Facebook ads that convert on the channel. Check out some of those videos and I'll help you guys out a little bit more with creating ads that can scale and spend for months. Nick, why does Facebook ads spend more on certain ads and less on other ads? So if you're running our CBO structure, you'll notice that Facebook tends to spend more on certain DCTs and less on other DCTs. And the reason behind this is because Facebook's going to spend more on what can appeal to a mass appeal. So a mass appeal is an ad that a lot of people like and we can reach a lot of people. So that's why like if I create like a retargeting style ad, I do not set it for I don't set any audience targeting for retargeting, but the ad creative is made for a retargeting audience. We'll get a lot less spend because Facebook will only appeal to a certain amount of people inside of the platform. Whereas if we create a mass appeal ad, it will get a lot more spin. And also too, the ad people have to like it. People have to genuinely find it's a good ad. So that's why certain ads get more spin and some ads get less spin. Some ads will create with the intentions of a mass appeal, but it doesn't get a lot of spin. And it's because the ad creative is just shit and people don't like it. And last question right here, why does Facebook ad ROAS drop as you scale? This goes back to frequency, CPM, back to mass appeal and things like that. 95% of the time, like when students come to me, hey Nick, I'm stuck scaling. Every time I try to scale past this limit right here, I start to lose performance. And what I tell people is go look at your ad account. Go look at the last 7 days for the top spending ad in the account. The highest spending ad in the account, look at the last 7 days. And they'll look at that frequency, and usually that frequency will be above like a 2. And it's like, all right, cool. That's the problem. Your ad is hitting everyone twice in the last 7 days. So what you need to do is you need to go create ads with more mass appeal that can generate a lower frequency. Again, go look at Friday, December 22nd's video that was uploaded last week, and you'll see that I showcased that. I have an ad that did $138,000 in spend over a 30-day period of time with a 1.3 frequency. And I have another ad that spent $700 went to 2.5 frequency over 30 days, and we could not scale it. Why? Because it had such a high frequency over a 30-day period of time. So you need to create ads with a larger mass appeal. And that's a great video to show you a really good example of how that's done right there. So, but cool guys. Thank you all so much for watching. This is a little bit longer of a video here, just more of a general Q&A and stuff like that. A variety of questions I keep commonly seeing inside the account and stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna be creating longer videos of each one of these topics that will be coming to the channel. So let me know which ones you guys like the most, because I'll branch that out into a longer video for you guys. It's also probably gonna be one of the last or second to last videos of 2023. So thank you all everyone for the support in the channel this year. It means a lot. I love you guys so much, and I'm speechless of everything we've done this year, and I just cannot thank you guys enough for the support. Every view, literally viewing it for 10 seconds makes this channel like just reach more people and helps like with the algorithm and stuff like that. And I cannot thank you guys enough for everything you guys have done. So a lot of really big things coming in 2024. So a lot of really good stuff to be looking out for. But yeah, y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.